Really by accident. I remember I was in high school sitting in the cafeteria one day, and my buddy Marty came up to me, and Marty was a great guitar player, always shredding and playing guitar when we hung out and stuff. He's like, Dan, I want to start a band. You should play bass. I'm like, I don't have one. He's like, oh, don't worry, we'll borrow one from Phil's brother or something. I'm like, oh okay, sure. And we had our first kind of jam at Phil's parents' place a couple weeks later, and that was pretty much the first time I ever played bass. But it was really cool because I was able to play from day one with people, which was kind of what made bass exciting and fun for me. I could see it not being so I could see myself not being so into it if I was just like sitting at home practicing scales by myself all the time at home. So really thankful that I've always had people to play with straight from the very, very beginning. Well, I built this pedal board last summer with the help of my girlfriend. And actually, it's part of a set. I made two of them. They're matching pedal boards. One for me, one for Justin. And so there's a couple of things that are cool about this. First of all, it's all made of wood, which is very cool. This is the input for my guitar, and this is the output at the end of the chain that goes to the amp or the recording. So it kind of goes in a weird flow, and it's a little bit complicated. This is the first pedal in the chain. This is my tuner. It's also my stage mute. Super important pedal. Always got to make sure you're in tune. From there, it goes from this to this little guy. This is a compressor pedal. What this does, especially with bass, is that, well, in a bass guitar, a lot of the time there's like a signal imbalance between the strings. So like the high strings and the low strings will have a big volume difference. What a compressor does is it brings all the kind of volume within a certain range, so you don't have weird sounds like that are really quiet or really loud. So it's just a functional pedal that kind of makes everything sound better. Then the signal goes into this, and this is a three-way splitter. Okay, what this allows me to do is send my signal to this pedal, which is an overdrive, and this pedal which is a chorus, while also keeping my clean signal. So for example, here's the clean signal going through. And if I want to add chorus, I can press this button right here. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's kind of like a vibrational thing happening here. And then this one will send the signal to the distortion. So this is the clean signal. And when I add the distortion, right? Really nasty. And what's really important about this, why this is a very useful pedal for me, is because it allows me to blend in the clean signal with what I'm doing. With bass, a lot of times when you add an effects pedal, you lose the bottom end of it. You lose like the bass part of the sound. So by being able to blend in the clean channel with a affected channel, I get to preserve the bass, the bottom end of the signal, which is cool. So once all these pedals get used or not, then the last guy it goes into is this one, the MXR Bass DI Plus. This is a really cool pedal. It's really a multifunctional pedal. At its core, it's an equalizer. It allows me to adjust the sound, the bass, the mid-frequency, and the treble, the overall volume. It gives the bass a nice kind of like growly sound. If I turn it off, probably can't tell the difference, but I can. Also, this guy has a distortion channel built in to it as well, that I actually use quite a lot. It's not as aggressive as the other distortion compared to, which which again probably doesn't sound like much to you, but to me that's a huge difference in the sound. And certain songs need a lighter distortion, and some songs need a heavier distortion. So like for example, when I'm playing like Ransom Child stuff, and like we're doing like the intro to Broken Man or whatever, I want there to be like a really crunchy like boom, boom, kind of sound, which wouldn't be the same if you do. Doesn't give it that bite that you have from the other distortion. So it makes a big difference, the kind of distortion and how much distortion.